Click, clack, I'm back. The Prince returns. I know it's been a while. I'm sorry.
A month. It's been 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
4 entire weeks. Everyone thought you had gone.
But I'm back. I'm here to bless you with the beauty of my vocal cords once more.
Spiderman 2?
Yeah. What do you mean? Why are you looking at me like that?
That's grim. The lists are back, by the way.
The lists are back. List returns.
Yeah. Steph hasn't disappeared, by the way. I have no doubt that we'll hear her voice again.
Absolutely. We'll get to that. This is my start of the show. So
right.
Can we just leave it? All right? You're not pushing me about. All right? I've heard you.
What do you mean?
Steph just lets you get away with murder.
What do you mean?
They're just shitting over all her games.
You sent me that voice note and
shitting over all her games.
And
she's so pleasant to you,
and
you just let
shit.
her. You just talk over her. She's so quaint and just yes, Reese, I understand.
She had her platform.
No.
You're talking shit.
No, you're talking
to
shit.
the point where after your voice note, her sister come in and said, "Are you okay?" Because she was listening to you just ripping me a new one for no fucking reason. She had her platform. You know what I mean? I named the episode after Dreamlight Valley. Ridiculous.
No,
Go on, get your fucking shit out of the way now.
Knobhead.
Mental.
Welcome back to me, anyway. I know this is what people have missed, is my sweet tones. But yes, I thank Steph very much.
Tangy
She's done a
wine.
fantastic job. Arguably much better than me. Definitely better than you. So yeah, she will be back
I
for
prefer
sure.
doing it with her.
Oh,
100%.
Thanks very much.
It was nice.
That's good. So
I said to her, I was like, to get rid of confusion, she should change the logo and get rid of you and replace it with her. And then when there's an episode with her, we put that on. And she decided, and I also thought the same thing, that would be really mean. Because that would just feel like you're being proper pushed out.
I mean, I don't want to make a big deal out of it, but I pretty much built this.
What do you mean?
It was my idea. It was my. You've got.
It was our idea.
This is what I mean. Let me finish. I started first. Okay. My idea.
Right.
I pitched it to you. You become on board. Then you bottled it. Even in the kitchen, we're talking about it, and even then you're saying, "Are we actually going to go through with this?"
I bought everything. What are you on about?
Let me finish. I can't believe we're actually going through with this. Are we actually having the conversation? And then he's giggling like a little schoolgirl while we're writing down ideas. I can't believe we're going. No, these are facts. These are facts. I come up with the name after I wrote about 400 names down. Yes, you bought the gear, but I also paid my part. You didn't buy it yourself. You just ordered it whilst I was there.
Look at the red rings.
Also, I pushed you to do it because I was like, well, let's order it now.
What do you mean?
I said let's order it today, and you was like, order it today? What now? Like right now? I was like, yes, because if we don't do it now, we won't do it at all. And these are facts, and I swear on my kids that they are facts. And if you deny it, you're a liar.
You're talking shit.
Facts.
Because you said to me, look, we need to keep doing this every single week. Otherwise, if we miss 1 week, I'm not going to come back. So it's been me that's been fucking pushing this forward. Me.
Sorry, I've been coming here even when you know full well I ain't been up to
After
scratch.
I give you options to not come here.
Yeah, and then you gave me an option and said,
and then you
Steph
took liberties for 3 episodes.
I'm pretty sure if you go into your house now and realise the quarantine zone it has become, that it's fully aware that I was not fit for purpose. Yeah?
Everyone at home's ill except for me.
And now I can't get blamed for that because I've been long gone. I was ill. I was on nights. Then I got ill. I shit everywhere. I shit in the bath. I was that ill. I shat in the bath.
What do you mean?
Did I not tell you?
What? While you was having a bath?
I was having a bath after I had been sick and I had shit. The next day I was in the bath and I farted and it went on for ages. It was like, I was like, wow. But then I thought, how that was a wet fart. And then I thought, how have I had a wet fart in the bath?
Yeah.
And then I looked down and there was shit everywhere. Yeah. And when I mean everywhere, I mean everywhere.
Why is it all sun?
Because it's shit. It's not supposed to be in the bath. So then I called Jem and I was like, Jem, I've shit in the bath.
What are you? You're a grown man.
Yeah, but I didn't know what to do. I'd never shit in the bath before. So then she just said, get out and hose it down. I'll come and disinfect it and stuff.
Oh, hell.
So that's how ill I was. And then after that, I got ill again. I got tonsillitis.
People shouldn't pay for this.
Mate, I've been ill as fuck. But I'm back now. But we've gone right off topic. Thank you, Steph. From me, not from you. From me, thank you very much.
Yeah.
You've done a stellar job. I really enjoyed listening to it. I thought you'd done a fantastic job. We definitely need to get you on when there's all three of us here so we can discuss Zelda.
Well, I can't discuss it, can I? Because I'm out of that equation.
No, but I'd like to talk about Zelda. And yeah, thanks. What a great job. Natural. You're a complete natural, so kudos to you. And I certainly enjoyed the hooroo. I was a big fan of that.
She was very excited.
I was excited. I couldn't believe it when she said it.
It was very good.
I was even with my mate because it was on night shifts, and I looked at the time while we were driving. I was like, it's a few minutes left. I was like, I wonder if she's going to say hooroo. And then literally like 2 minutes later, then you started, can I say it? I was like, yeah, come on, get it out. It's funny. Anyway, yeah, I'm back. Thanks maggots for all your money. I've been watching it tote up while I've been laying in the bath, in the shitty bath.
Old exclusive episodes, they're alright to be fair.
Yeah, I banged on a couple of them.
Quite
Decent.
I like doing that.
It's a shame there's not like an option on Spotify to like add it, but it's locked unless
you have to go through
it's
Patreon.
a right fucking mess, isn't it, doing it all like that, but fairly simple.
Good fun. It's good fun.
So we've done me, welcome me. Now you have to embrace me.
Reading the list. I can't believe you shat in the bath.
Yeah, and now love me.
Yeah.
I've changed. Explain. So I've changed since I've been gone. I got new clothes.
He looks very dapper.
I look dapper.
He's got. Yeah. Normally he comes out of the van. He looks like shit.
Got decent hair now. I don't look like a square no more.
Show me that.
I will once this is off. I'm not going to do it now, am I?
Just take it off and show me quick.
Whoop. It's getting long.
What do you mean?
Then you have to wait. All right. No more square head. I look double decent now. My beard's trimmed, going for the Viking look.
That's Prince Squarehead.
Yeah, that one. But most importantly, I've stopped drinking coffee. I've started drinking Red Bull.
Yeah, this is bollocks. Don't start saying that like it's a good thing. You've stopped drinking coffee. You've basically gone, I've stopped doing cocaine. I'm now doing heroin.
The worst thing is I haven't stopped drinking coffee either. There's
no,
my only second Red Bull in like 3 days, so it doesn't matter.
So why are you saying it like it's a new you?
Because it is new me.
2 in 3 days. What do you mean?
I don't normally drink Red Bull. I've added something to my life. But most importantly, while I've been away, I have become champion of the Paldera region, and I am Pokemon Master now. So.
This geezer rocked up today. And he's got his Nintendo Switch with him, stroking the case. Is that a Pokemon case or is that just a Switch case?
Nah, I think this is a Super Mario Special Edition Nintendo Switch.
He's rubbing the case like there's some sexual affection there. And then he's pulled his phone out. What do I hear? It's Pokemon Go. Yeah. And then I go and make a cup of tea and I come back in the studio. And what's he doing? He's got his Switch open and his phone open at the same time. He's going, we've got loads of Pokemon around here. Loads of cool Pokemon around here.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
We're nerds.
I don't know why this is a surprise to you.
Because I weren't expecting it.
Yeah, I've got loads of Japanese friends as well now, which is cool because I caught a very cool Pokemon. They invited me to a raid yesterday, just on a whim. It was just like, do you want to join in this raid? I was like, yes. Clicked on it. Smashed the life out of his Pokemon. Oh, it was shiny as well. The odds of that happening, minuscule. So gassed. Absolutely gassed. I love it. I'm all over the Pokemon. It's we'll get into it. Nerdbase just posted loads of Pokemon pops. Very interesting. We'll get into it anyway. We're going to get into it right now, actually. So, backstory on Pokemon. I haven't played a Pokemon game in many years, but the only ones I really liked was when I was a kid. So, like Red and Blue and Yellow.
Is that it?
Yeah, well, I played.
They didn't play any
I played more of the more recent ones on like
Silver. Gold.
Yeah, but I don't know what ones they were. I'm trying to think. Me and Clarky had ones.
Pokemon Diamond. Oh, you got some real good ones, man.
Yeah, Diamond and Pearl and all that. But what was the ones? Can you name the Nintendo systems? Like the handhelds?
What, like Game Boy?
Yeah.
DS?
DS, 3DS.
DS Lite.
What was the one after the DS?
Oh, 3DS?
Yeah, after that one.
Oh, mate, don't.
Well,
we need Steph. Steph!
Help! Come back! It's just a mistake bringing him back. Yeah, we had one anyway. I played a couple of the Pokemons. I don't know what ones they were.
I have a list of the Pokemons if you'd like me to read.
Yeah, but I still won't be able to tell you what ones I had. But you can go for it.
You got red, blue, and
Yellow. Smashed all 3 of them.
Hey You, Pikachu.
Didn't fuck with that.
No, Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Pinball, Pokemon Gold and Silver, Pokemon Play It, Pokemon Stadium 2, Pokemon Crystal version.
Pokemon
that was a good one.
Stadium was hard on 64.
Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, Pokemon Channel, Colosseum. You got Fire Red and Leaf Green, X
and Y.
XD, Gale of. Well, I think that might have been Wii U, maybe. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, that was a cool one. Did you ever play that? You had to fill out a questionnaire at the beginning, and it would give you a Pokemon based on your answers, and you'd just run around as the Pokemon and get loads of friends of other Pokemon beating the shit out of stuff. It was good fun. Should have taken off more. Pokemon Diamond and
Pearl.
That
might have been one I played.
Battle Revolution, Mystery Dungeon again. You got Pokemon Platinum, which was 2008. That seems like it weren't even that long ago. Oh dear. Heart Gold, Black and White. I'm skipping out like all the other ones that don't matter. Black 2 and White 2. Don't know what the fuck that is.
It's just remakes them of the
X and Y.
There's a fucking lot of them.
Yeah, Omega Ruby. Fuck yeah, there is loads.
They basically come out as often as FIFA.
Ultra Sun, blah 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 blah.
But we're
Sword's the last one that I played.
Sword and Shield,
2019. Pokemon Sword.
I was going to say that's fairly recent.
Really, really like that one.
I can tell you actually because I think I've got that one.
And then the latest is Scarlet and Violet. Unzipping his case.
Yeah, I got Shield.
Yeah, you've got it. Have you not played it?
I played it, but I can't remember anything about it.
Right.
I never finished it. This is my point that I'm making.
What's the point that you're making? Put the fucking switch down.
I'm putting it back in its case. Fucking muggle. So my point that I'm making is, I smashed the life out of red, blue, and yellow.
Yeah.
When I was a kid. I mean, it's all we played, just constantly, and I never got bored of it, man.
Loved it.
I finished it. I'd start a new save.
Yeah.
And it'd be the same shit. There's no end game in them. It was just the same shit over and over again, and it never bored me. When you're a kid, things are different, man. You don't get bored like you do as an adult.
Yep, I feel you.
So yeah, I smashed them, and then as the years have gone on, and I've got older, and I ain't really had time. I've never really put much time into it, but more so the fact that all the new Pokemon they added, I was just like OG Pokemon, Squirtle and Bulbasaur and all them ones. I don't really vibe with the newer ones. But now we're on like, I think the Pokemon in the latest Violet and Scarlet are like Gen 9. So it's like 9 generations of Pokemon.
Yeah, some weird names now. I don't know how they keep coming up with them.
Yes, yeah. There'll be like a turtle with a rock on its back, and it'll be called Turt Rock. I mean, they got to get new fucking writers or something. It's pathetic. You got to come up with better names than that. That is literally the sort of thing we're going with. So it's embarrassing. But yeah. So I'm catching up. Like there's Pokemon in there from like older generations that I know. Generations that I missed, and the newest ones. So I'm trying to like learn as many as I can. And obviously, like I said to you privately, on Pokemon Home now, you can transfer Pokemon from Pokemon Go into Pokemon Home, and then transfer them into your games. So like your Pokemon can like come with you through multiple games now. So you can like be like, you could, I don't know, for example, you could have a Squirtle that you've had for 10 years and he's gone through 3 mainline games with you.
You still keep it with
and you're not evolving him, you're just keeping him as Squirtle with all his moves and that.
Oh, are you one of them?
What?
You don't evolve Pokemon?
No, I'm just saying that's what you could do, and
you could if you wanted to.
And it's just cool that you'd be like,
fucking stupid.
I smashed the last 2 games with him, and you'd have like memories catching him at your house in the garden on Pokemon Go like 6 years ago, and it's a pretty cool system. I think there's still work to do. As it's the biggest IP in the world. What they could create, as to what they do create, is embarrassing. As I heard you say that you were on a previous pod that you weren't too keen on it and it looks shit. Whilst I echo your sentiment, it's actually fucking amazing. poor to look at. Granted, it doesn't look good, and its performance isn't fantastic.
There's a lot of there's a lot of talk on how it looks. Like we said,
rightly so.
When you got Breath of the Wild,
yeah,
on the Switch, the Nintendo Switch isn't a slouch when it comes to gaming performance. It's there to do a job, and it does it very, very fucking well. So much so that you get things like the Steam Deck that obviously aren't the Switch, but it's another handheld console. Its Switch has sat on the very, very tippity top of the handheld console game for a long time, and it deserves to be there. And there are some seriously nice looking games out on the Switch. So whenever I've seen anything of the new Pokemon, I can't understand why it looks so shit. Not the game itself, but graphically why it looks so waff. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's very poor. It runs quite poorly, but luckily, in Pokemon's favour, it's not a game that relies on FPS. So
no,
it's
but
turn-based.
I know. Nice.
So what actually happens is it's got an interesting system built into it where if you're looking at something, whatever's behind you, 180 degrees, is not there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know a lot of games do it, but this is different. So, and the closer you are to something, the smoother it is, and the further away you back up from something, the more the frames drop. So if you're looking at a windmill on there and you're up close, it will be 30 frames a second. The more you back away, it will literally drop down to like 6 frames a second, and it will look like because it's trying to save on its like processing power. Because the Switch hardware is old, man. It is old. It really is.
There is only so much that they can do with it.
The way I look at the Switch is, I wish and I hope it continues in the way it does, because it's not, for me, it's not built for things like, Doom coming to the Switch. It's not built for things like that for me. It's not. It's built for Animal Crossings and Zeldas and Pokemons and Marios. It's not built for The Witcher 3. Because The Witcher 3's on there. I would never in a million years dream of playing The Witcher 3 on
Yeah, but you're also
Switch.
Someone that has an Xbox and a PlayStation.
Granted,
so
that's
there'll
true.
be fucking thousands of people that would just want the Switch. I didn't even know that those types of games were on the Switch.
Yeah, you're right. You are right.
I was somewhat sitting in the same camp as you, thinking, yeah, the Switch is for Mario and things like that. Because, to my own detriment, uneducated on what the Switch actually is. So yeah, but I sort of agree with you, and at the same time, I don't. I sit on the fence with it, where I would much rather play something like The Witcher 3 or Doom or them bigger games on a PlayStation. But is that because it's just what I've grown up with? That's what I'm used to. Would it be the same answer if I'd grown up with a Switch in my hand? I don't know, but I definitely agree with you on the fact that the hardware in the Switch, they can only do so much with it. I'm surprised that they're not. Obviously, they brought like the OLED. Like the latest version of it, why they haven't decided to bring out a beefed up version like the Switch Pro or something like that. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you why the games like Doom and The Witcher and that I don't think should be on there. You're right in terms of there'll be people that only have a Switch. I'm in a privileged position where I've got all three of the newest consoles. But people that aren't and can only choose one, they choose the Switch. Yeah, they should be able to enjoy the games as well. But the difference being, games like Doom and The Witcher, for example, the controls, like I've got Fortnite on there, and it's all right. I played it when I was at Centre Parks, but to have like the fine aiming and stuff.
Apex Legends is horrible on the Switch.
It's impossible. You can't do it on them little Joy-Cons. You haven't got the precision, and you can say we'll use the Switch Pro controller, which I have, but the input lag on the Switch Pro controller, it's far too much. You can't play. It's night and day compared to the PlayStation, Xbox. I think the Switch is fantastic for what it does with the Marios and the Zeldas and the Pokemons and stuff, but I don't think it hasn't got the hardware capabilities to keep up with the performance of what these games need to be on. Like, it's got No Man's Sky on there now.
Yeah,
that's a cool game to play. Would it be good on Switch? I don't know. Would it run well on Switch? I wouldn't like to say so.
It's very difficult until you play it. So I got, according to a new podcast from Digital Foundry, shout out to whoever they are, the updated Switch Pro was cancelled.
I heard this yesterday.
And not to expect the next generation hardware in 2023. Digital Foundry's John Lineman claimed that the Switch Pro was cancelled at the last minute by Nintendo in 2021. This was revealed during their supporter Q&A. Why would you cancel that? Why would you cancel a Pro? Because there's only so much that you can do with it without upgrading it. That's why Xbox do it. That's why PlayStation do it. That's why PCs do it. Because eventually you have to upgrade your system to. And we've spoken about this before, and we will speak about it later on when we talk about Hogwarts Legacy. You can only keep up the pace for the people at the back for so long until everyone else is suffering for it. At some point, you have to let the people that are falling behind go. I make it sound like actual people, but you know what I mean. That you can't keep catering to a lesser system requirement because you have to compensate for everyone. Eventually you have to start cutting certain things out, and then you'll get to a point where it's no longer an issue and it constantly recycles itself. So I don't understand why you wouldn't have a...
I think they should be looking by now to release the next iteration of whatever it is they want to do, because
exactly.
It came out in 2017?
Steph will know this.
I'm pretty sure it was like 2017. I bought it on a whim. I was working and I was like, the Switch come out today. I went on Argos website and they had some in stock, and I was like, fuck it. So I bought one, and then there was like a shortage. I didn't even know it was coming out. And I think the perfect time to release one would to coincide with Zelda next year. If you release a new...
You're right, 2017.
Yeah, so you release a new Nintendo Switch bundle with the new Zelda, people will lap that up.
Yeah, of course they will. But people are going to lap it up anyway.
Yeah, of course.
I just don't understand where, because the Switch is so massive. Nintendo aren't going anywhere. They just aren't.
They're the biggest. They're still the biggest.
A fucking powerhouse. And the Switch itself isn't going to be going anywhere. But why you wouldn't then throw as much investment as you possibly can into the Switch to get another version of it out there? I don't get that.
Why they keep selling them? Why would they? They're selling them. They're still the highest selling console. They don't. Why do they give a monkeys?
Oh well.
They sell more than the PS4, PS5, and Xbox.
Yeah.
And I think COVID probably helped that a lot, but they did
massively.
They're still the biggest. Because like the Japanese market and stuff, they're huge, man. They're massive, and they're not for everybody. Because they do cater more to it's not a certain type of gamers, like colourful Zelda, Mario's, all them.
Been running on the anime
like
side of
platforming
things.
and stuff. Like they don't. A lot of people nowadays just want to play twin stick shooters. They want to play Call of Duties. They want to play FPSs. They want to play fast paced games. People that want to play platformers normally of a certain age. Like I grew up on platformers, so I love a bit of Mario.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, people nowadays not really too bothered about platforming games, you know. But I think the people that grew up with them sort of games, and people like Steph and that, they appreciate them sort of games, but they're really not for everybody. I think the main reason Switch's selling point is, like Steph said on the last episode, Animal Crossing massively benefited from COVID.
And now none of those people don't fucking touch it anymore. You go through Steph's friends list on her Switch, and it's like hasn't been on for X amount of days because it was just a fad that people grew out of.
But it done well for them.
Fuck 'em.
It done very well for them. But I'm interested to see what Nintendo's next move is. But yeah, I do think I'm surprised that they haven't or are planning on doing something new for the new Zelda, because is it running on the same engine? Because it's a massive undertaking to do another Zelda, and for it to be as successful as Breath of the Wild was, under the same hardware, on the same hardware.
Very, very difficult to do that. Very difficult.
We'll wait and see, I guess. It's an exciting time. A lot of good games coming out next year, man. Jesus Christ, I'm excited.
Some decent shit.
Yeah, boy. I saved a lot of holiday. All for the good of the pod, not for my own benefit, of course.
Yeah. For content.
Of course. I think the first big hitter for me is going to be the new Star Wars game. Yeah?
Oh, I thought you were going to say Starfield.
I think Star Wars comes out before Starfield.
You got Starfield, Legend of Zelda, Forspoken, Hogwarts Legacy, Diablo 4, Star Wars Jedi Survivor,
Diablo 4.
Redfall, Suicide Squad, Dead Island 2 is going to be cool, Assassin's Creed Mirage. There's fucking loads. Wolong, I played a little bit of that on the beta. I think that could be quite cool. Atomic Heart. We have quite a lot of interaction with the people that make Atomic Heart. What else have we got? There is loads. Arc 2, that'll be another massive one. Dead Space.
Arc 2.
Yeah. Avatar. They're going to try and make another Avatar game. There is some serious shit that will all be pushed back.
Spider-Man 2.
Sons of the Forest. I know Spider-Man 2 is on the list. I know it's on the list. Destiny 2 Lightfall. That's when Ash will come on the podcast and say that he's found his love for Destiny again, and then 2 months later he won't be speaking about it whatsoever.
You say that, but the new season's out, and I have not even touched it.
No, you're not.
Not once.
Payday 3, or me and Manister will be on that one. Fucking loved Payday. We loved that game so much. Yeah, there's some real decent shit that's coming out. I think Mark played a bit of the Forspoken beta that PlayStation released, like a limited time thing, and he said it weren't his cup of tea. He weren't really a fan of what it was. Can't really say much on that. I never got round to actually playing it.
I've seen a lot of people say that they're not excited for it. They played it. It doesn't feel great. But then they're normally the games that come out and wow people. They always go, no, it's not good, and then bang, here it is.
Yeah, true. Diablo 4 will be an interesting one.
Oh yeah, I'm gassed for that. I love Diablo 3.
Yeah, Diablo 3. But then they got to recoup a lot of player base from when they released Diablo Immortal. Yeah. They turned off a lot of people, man.
Yeah, but people will still go back to it.
Yeah, of course
different,
they will.
Isn't it? It's not a
They've already got
monetization
fucking
in it, but
half the WoW community on it because they brought out a special mount that you can only get for WoW through pre-purchasing fucking Diablo 4. I almost did it, but it's like 60 quid. I was like, is it really worth it that much? Is it really worth it? It looks fucking sick, but yeah, I've seen quite a few people running around on it. So you just know that they've spent the dough.
Well, we may as well go on to Spider-Man 2 since we mentioned it, and then
it's not even on this list.
Well, it's only got announced the other day, but it's coming in 2023, which is very, very, very exciting. I don't know. Did you play? You didn't play them, did you?
Spider-Man's not my cup of tea.
Well,
to the wrong person.
Spider-Man 1, or just Spider-Man for PS4, and Spider-Man Miles Morales. Absolutely incredible games. Whether you like Spider-Man or not, it's still just a fantastic game. This one, still don't really know exactly what it is. In the trailer, it showed Spider-Man and Miles Morales, obviously both in separate games.
Both standing next to each other.
Yeah, and then Venom appearing.
Fall 2023.
Very exciting for times for that. But they're also Insomniac, who are making or have made Spider-Man, who are making the new one. They're also making Wolverine, aren't they? So
yeah,
when's that coming? What's that entail? That looks violent as well. That looks like a serious tone.
And this Spider-Man 2 is only for current gen as well.
Exactly. So we're going to start seeing some more of that, which is exciting. Speaking of Spider-Man,
Wolverine doesn't have a.
No. Have you seen? Whether or not you like Spider-Man, have you seen any Spider-Man films and stuff?
Yeah, I've seen.
Have you
seen
Into the Spider-Verse?
No.
That is good. I've heard good things about that for years, and I've never.
Wait,
watched
is that
it.
the one where all three of them end up meeting up?
It's like no, that's like the newest film. I'm talking about like it's a cartoon film.
Oh no,
but it's like one of the highest rated films of many years. It was mad. It just come out of nowhere, bang, and it was huge. And I was like, me. But yeah, I watched
Edge
it.
Runners.
It's nuts. It's so good. It's such a good film. Oh my god, it's good. You should watch it.
Maybe I will. I probably won't, but I can say maybe I will. I say you pound back that Red Bull.
I'll take it. I'll take the maybe. Right.
Mark's just doing a run through it. It's his first time playing Dying Light 2.
Sick game.
Always in for a little fucking lovely one.
That's so underrated, that game, man. So underrated.
Me
Such
and him,
a fantastic
we
game.
fucking love Dying Light. I was so shocked that he hadn't actually played Dying Light 2 yet, but he got it for Christmas. And he's playing it, yeah. Fucking sick game. What are you doing?
Carry on.
What? You got to change a little juice in your vape pen. This looks so wet when people do it.
Commentate on what I'm doing. Just talk.
Well, I like to commentate on it. What juice is that you're putting in it? What is that? Fucking fairy bubblegum assholes. What is it? What flavour is that meant to be?
I'm not promoting them until they sponsor us.
Yeah, but you can just give a flavour. What is it like?
Strawberry watermelon.
Strawberry watermelon.
Ribbit. Pardon me.
Great, he's back. Hogwarts Legacy Me and Steph watched about 2 hours or something on it. Not a lot of it went in, apart from the fact that there's the different editions. You know about the dark arts.
I know fuck all. So if you want to talk Harry Potter,
no, dark arts is basically like the evil side, like the forbidden spells and all that shit. There's a dark arts arena where you can test out all the spells and stuff, and you can learn rotations and all that shit. It's only available if you buy the tippity top edition.
That's disgusting.
Of Hogwarts Legacy.
That's fucking disgusting.
I don't like that. I couldn't because when I first
it's fucking disgusting.
When they were first talking about it, I think I misunderstood it because I was saying to Steph because I thought it was you couldn't touch any dark arts stuff without purchasing the best edition, and I thought that's horrendous because you put a paywall on something that will completely change the way the game feels because you can essentially be evil. But I think I am wrong, and it is just you still have access to all the dark arts shit, but the arena to test it all out freely and whenever you want, you have to pay for it, and you get cosmetics and stuff like that. And I don't like the idea of that. I think that's a bit of a cheeky one. I don't know why you couldn't just fling it all in the same fucking thing. But the main thing that got us, well, got Steph more annoyed than it got me, is I looked at the release dates. Right?
I'm listening.
So Hogwarts Legacy, if you buy like the Ultimate Edition, you get 72-hour early access to the game. Now you could almost complete it in 3 days. So that's quite a big early access, and that comes out. Was it February? I think it was like the 12th of February.
I thought it got delayed. Or is it delayed till February?
Well, listen to this. So 10th of February is when it comes out, right? Now that is on the PS5, the Xbox Series X, and I think that's it. Maybe PC. I think for PS4 and the Switch and the Xbox One, they have to wait until April the 4th, right? Sorry, scratch that. PS4 and Xbox One have to wait till April the 4th. Switch have to wait till July to get it. Steph is fuming about it.
Why? That doesn't.
Absolutely fuming.
Why
I tried to search it up, and it's basically a hardware issue, by the sounds of it, which ties in very well to what we were just talking about. So the people that make Hogwarts Legacy, or are making it.
Who is it? Is it Warner Bros?
Yeah.
Same people that made
that make the movies and all that shit.
But they made the Lord of the Rings game, Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War.
Yeah.
Very good games.
Yeah, very good games. So yeah, it's a hardware issue by the sounds of it. So they need more time to make it so that so you can play it on the previous consoles and the Switch. Now, is that not a little kicker for what is to come in terms of if you want to be able to release games for current gen and previous gen, you might start seeing more and more of these types of delays?
Well, this is exactly what I've mentioned on pods before. Like, there's people saying, developers saying that, or a developer specifically, I can't remember, I saw on Twitter, and he put a thread out, it's a very interesting read, about how that the Xbox Series X or S, which one is the lower version?
The S.
I think it's the S. That is holding back gaming because it's less powerful. So, and people underestimate.
It's smaller and like half the price, isn't it?
People underestimate, and this is my personal opinion. People underestimate, including myself, and don't even pay it any mind, that when you create a game that's cross-platform, the undertaking that is, because not everything is created equal. Not everything can play just because there's a brand new PlayStation, brand new Xbox, and they both look very good. They're not the same.
No,
they're
not.
completely different. But to us, the untrained eye, they're just brand new consoles. They look the same. Which one do you prefer? But there's so much more under the hood that matters. So when they're creating a game, and you feel they have to create for PS5, Xbox Series X, the lesser version, the Series S, the PS4, the PS4 Pro, the Nintendo Switch, all these different things, they've all got their own kinks and
you're asking for a lot because we say
there's a reason why PlayStation games, God of War, Spiderman, these exclusive games, Ghost of Tsushima, are so phenomenal because they're created on one platform.
Mm.
You know how much difference that must make.
Yeah, because even down something simple like the laptop I gave you and this laptop in front of us now, this will run anything AAA at a steady, depending on the game, but it will run at a steady 140 frame, right? Which is more than enough, right? Your laptop can probably run the same AAA games, but it will not run them nearly as smoothly as that will. So, so I get exactly what you mean. In order for so Hogwarts Legacy, you want Hogwarts Legacy to play the same. Graphically, it's not going to look the same, but you want it to play as smoothly on the PS4 as you do on the PS5, because it should do. While you're and the like you've just said, that must be so fucking difficult to do that because you have to completely retune it, which is why they've had to delay it so late, especially for the Switch, because the Switch being decent for what it is and powerful for what it is nowhere near as powerful as something like a PS5. It just isn't. It's not gonna be. It doesn't take away from Nintendo Switch at all, but it's just not. So it must be such a ball ache for Warner Brothers to make it so that game is going to run smoothly and effectively on the Switch, on the PS4, on the Xbox One. It must just be a fucking nightmare. And I think I can completely understand Steph's anger because she was annoyed by it because she's really excited for it. So what I've said I'm going to do, I'm going to buy it. I want to play it, but I'm not massively excited about it. She can fucking play it first on the PS5 because if you're having to wait till July, so best part of what, like 6 months to get it, well, it's going to be done. You know what I mean?
You do well to avoid spoilers.
Yeah, to avoid spoilers for that long, all the Easter eggs and shit, because it will be all over the place when it releases.
You think when you create a game like that, say Hogwarts Legacy, for example, you've got to take into mind, right, it's going on the Nintendo Switch, so how does it look docked? How does it transition when it's undocked? You know, how is that looking? How does it perform? Yeah. Right, it's going on the PlayStation 5. Right, so now we've also got to include trophies. We've also got to include the haptic feedback for the controllers.
We forget about the docking aspect of the Switch because that is such a clever idea and one of the main selling points of a Switch. It's why Steph's always said if I was to get a Switch, she won't let me get a Lite. I have to get one that I can dock.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%. You want it like that, yeah.
And the programming behind that must be fucking unthinkable. Like you just said, it's a very, very good point. They have to make that somewhat seamless. You dock it, it's on your telly. You pull it out of the dock, it's straight on your Switch. It's in your hands. So there must be a whole fucking department to figure that one out. And that must only get more and more difficult the more and more demanding these games become.
So you've got that. You've got the haptic feedback for the PlayStation 5 controllers. You've got the trophies you need to add. And also on the PlayStation, you have to add the little gaming help cards that no one uses.
Yeah.
That's not something someone can just do in an afternoon.
Yeah, no, someone's had to sit down and do all of that.
There's mountains of stuff, and that's why it's such an undertaking to put on multiple consoles. And that's why quite often when you watch a review of a game, it will say, 8 out of 10, really good. Not so good on the Xbox where it suffered performance issues, or vice versa, or any other console for that matter.
Cyberpunk really bad on the PS4,
exactly.
fine on the PS5.
The Witcher 3, it's really struggling on the PC for whatever reason because it's so hard to optimize for every possible outcome. You know, creating a game is obviously a far more huge undertaking than we'll ever understand as it is. You add all them facets into the mix, mental, absolutely crazy. So. Yeah, but then that's Hogwarts Legacy. That's Warner Brothers. That's their problem. They shouldn't. If it's not ready to release on everything, they shouldn't release it. That's just facts. Like they shouldn't. That's never happened before.
But again, is that this is what I'm saying? Is this a little peep into the future of releases in terms of, like we've sat here and said, there has to become a point where eventually you'd think that say this kept happening for the next 5 years. Every game that was coming out that was going to be on every single console had to be delayed
Staggered
6
releases.
months because because the Switch, it couldn't perform on the Switch or the Xbox One or the Series S. There has to be a point, an outcry from the people that are on the current gen consoles to say, cut them loose. There would have to be, because you can't if you want to develop as a games developer, as someone that brings out games and makes money, and that's what it is mainly profit. You want to keep rolling out profit. You're going to have to keep, you know what I mean? I think I'm rambling a bit, but you have to eventually, you're not releasing shit for a PS3 anymore because you've got a PS4. At some point, the PS3 stopped and the PS4 will stop. And this is why Nintendo have to do something with the Switch, because it can only go on for so long until the Switch won't be able to cope with new games that are coming out. You think Unreal Engine 5 shit, some of that stuff's fucking mental to a point where even a PS5 is going to struggle to run it. So a Switch is going to have no fucking hope. So you're missing out on it.
Exactly.
Until you bring out a beefier version of it.
There's something else that Nintendo need to get sorted is their customer service is appalling in terms of, so when the Switch shuts down and whatever it is and it's dead and it's rip, like the PlayStation 5, if I want to play PlayStation games that I had on PS4, I can just download them. Can't do that shit on Nintendo. If I want to play Pokemon Violet on my Nintendo Switch 2, I should be able to download Pokemon Violet because I already bought it.
Yeah, I should have a library.
It will just be like, oh, we've added these games in the store. You can buy them again if you want. No.
Is that what they do, or is that what you speculate?
No, that's what they've done. You can't play any games. As far as I'm aware, I've never been a massive Nintendo gamer. I've had the Nintendo 64, I had the NES, I had the SNES. I think that's it. I didn't really. I had a DS and stuff and a Wii, so I've had most of them, but never really like plummeted into them. But my point being, like, you can't, where the PS4 and PS5 are transitioned, fantastic. You can play all your old games. There's games you could just put your PS4 discs in and play PS5.
Yep.
Xbox has got the best for it because you can literally put an Xbox, the first ever Xbox disc in an Xbox and play a game.
Yeah, and you're good, yeah.
Here, in the Nintendo, they change from cartridges to discs to all sorts of stuff. They're constantly changing whatever it is that they're using. And I always see people complaining that, why can't I play all my old games? You know what I mean? Because they change, they're innovative. Well, I mean, I struggle with that word, don't I?
Innovative.
Where the PlayStation has been PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. Box with a disc. Box with a disc. Box with a disc. With these, they innovate the machines. So it's not always a disc. It's not always a cartridge.
But you can get physical games for that right now, and they are those little cartridge things, aren't they?
You can lick them, and they taste funny as well.
Yeah. They're literally designed to make them. Yeah, Steph always licks them.
It's weird, isn't it?
She can't help it. She
I
has
do.
to.
It's weird. I don't know why. It's like,
they've told you it tastes horrible, so you go, right, I'm going to check that.
No, some of them taste like strawberries and stuff.
It's so
it doesn't make no sense.
I've never licked one.
It's
But
Nintendo, man. They do this shit.
So, because Steph pointed out, a lot of games now, and I'm exactly the same, you buy them digitally.
Yeah, same. I hate that.
How many PS5 games have you got on a physical copy?
Like 2.
Yeah, 2, 3, I think. One of them's
joke.
being fucking returned to Amazon. The digital age.
That's well and truly upon us.
Yeah, it's far more convenient.
I hate it.
To do it.
I hate it because I love having the physical object.
I like to have the physical part of it, but the ease of buying it online. I also don't like the fact that, and you'll never get around it, downloading it from a disc is so much quicker than downloading it from the PlayStation Store, because you've got half of it sitting on the fucking disc right there. It will always download way quicker. Obviously, there's pros and cons to both. But are you saying that, so if I were to buy a digital game on the Switch, I couldn't... What are you saying?
I'm saying if you bought a digital game on the Switch and then they bought out a Switch 2... the way Nintendo operate, you wouldn't be able to just download that onto the Switch 2.
So you're speculating on that?
Well, obviously I'm speculating because the Switch 2 don't exist. But I'm talking about, like, what was before the Nintendo Switch?
Oh, fucking hell. The Wii U?
Right, so you bought Super Mario All-Stars on the Wii U. You can't go onto your Nintendo account and download it.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
But that would have been the same shit with the PSP.
Yeah, but this isn't a handheld console. This is their flagship.
Yeah.
The Wii U was a flagship. They went. This is what I mean. They innovate. They've gone from Dreamcast. No, that was Sega. They've gone from the Wii to the Wii U to the Nintendo Switch. That's just the PS3, PS4, PS5.
Yeah, but the Nintendo Switch is more. This is the one. Like,
yeah, but it's not a handheld console. It is their flagship console.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. I would imagine if they brought out the Switch 2, they must make
but
it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what they need to do.
That would be the fucking clever thing to do.
Because I've lost count the amount of times I've had to buy certain Zelda games. I've bought them so many times. Exactly the same game, I'll buy it again. Because you can't just re-download it. And it shouldn't be like that. PlayStation did the same
thing with The Last of Us, though, and GTA.
Yeah, granted, but you could...
Bought that fucking thing 3 times.
You can download it again, though, is what I'm saying. If you bought something on the PS3 store, right, and now you're still on your same account on the PS5...
No, you couldn't.
You can re-download that.
No, you couldn't. That's why I had to re-buy them.
Why?
Because you couldn't just re-download them because they were for that. They PS4 to PS5 maybe, but when GTA 5 come out on the PS3, sounds mental when you say that.
That's crazy. Right at the end, wasn't it?
So you buy it on the PS3, PS4 then come out. You had to buy a GTA 5 again, which I had to do, and then the PS5 come out, and I bought the Pro and then PS5. I'm not 100% sure if you could just re-download. Well, I think mine was physical.
PS4 to PS5 you definitely could, but they released a newer version of GTA, didn't they?
PS3 to PS4, you couldn't
I know PS3 was a bit iffy. PS3 was a bit iffy. Yeah, but then saying that, as I say, Xbox, you can do that on Xbox. There's no excuse for these companies not to be able to do it. Xbox can do it.
Everyone's got to have some form of fucking... This is why I said to Steph, there should just be one fucking console. Everyone makes the same shit for one... Think how great that would be. No more competition anymore. Yeah, but it's the exact same fucking thing.
That's right, but what makes companies strive harder is competition. So competition is healthy and you need it. Yeah, but competition is healthy and you need it. But I just think maybe there's a little bit too much of it and they're all trying to get a slice of the pie. Whereas, I don't know, man. I think Nintendo just need to just keep with this. Like I say, I've got my Nintendo account. Let me just go on and download the games that I already own. Then we're cool. But I know they won't. And they'll be like, no, just re-download this package. And they'll be like, no. But I'll buy it. Yeah, of course I will. Because I'm an idiot. That's enough there. I don't know what we started. I'm talking about Switches and shit. You wanted to talk about the Dark Anthology Chronicle thing? What's that?
Oh, me and Mark. I've said it before multiple times. We play a series called the Dark Anthology series. And I'm just trying to get a quick list. It is the Dark Pictures Anthology. And it started with, there's 4 of them at the moment. So you got the Dark Pictures Man of Medan, and then you got the Dark Pictures Little Hope. Basically, they're co-op horror games that you can play solo, but it's always best to play it with another person. And rather than it being split screen, you follow different characters. So you might be how we're sitting here now. Mark might be playing you and I'm playing me. We'll have different dialogue options, but I can't see what Mark's seeing and he can't see what I'm seeing, nor can he see the dialogue options that I'm picking. He just receives like what if he's talking to me and I pick a certain thing, he's gonna hear or see what I've said, things like that. And yeah, they're not long games. Normally like 8, maybe like sort of like the 8 to 15 hour-ish type of mark. And they're good fun, man. Like, me and Mark always end up killing everyone. It's normally set like bog standard. 5 teenagers go to a cabin in the woods to spend the night. And then, there's a fucking man running around with a shotgun cutting people's heads off and then blowing their brains out. Little shit like that. Your typical horror type. And me and Mark had a shitload of fun playing them. And have been keeping up with the series ever since it started and getting every single one of them on day one release and playing them. And the latest one that come out was The Devil in Me. Now, it was 30 quid on Amazon. So they're not expensive games. And sometimes they're a little bit buggy. But you deal with it. You're spending 30 quid on a game. It's not the end of the world. Anyway, me and Mark got it, expecting it to be half decent. We cracked it out in one session. Did it in one session, and it was possibly one of the shittest games I think I've ever played, and it was fucking awful. When the credits rolled, we both sat there in silence, and I went, "That was shit, wasn't it?" And he went, "Yeah." So it was so boring and pointless. There's going to be another one that comes out, but I just thought that after like your fourth one, you would have been half deep, because for a horror, it was more of a thriller. You know what I mean? Whether we missed the wrong options and all that type of shit. Because if you wanted to go back and fully complete it, it'd take about 25-hour-ish mark to do it. Because you have to do about 4 different playthroughs of it to get different outcomes. Well, yeah, I was just disappointed. Just disappointed. If you're thinking about getting The Devil in Me, don't bother. It's shit. Get The Quarry instead.
Yeah.
That's my take on horror games.
I tend to just watch them on YouTube if I've got any interest in them.
You would enjoy playing them though, man. Because you can play them with me and Mark as well, because I think you can have more than 2 players.
Yeah, I don't know. They're just not... I prefer watching them games. I just feel like they're a waste of money, because they are a serious one and done. I know you can go back and do different choices,
yeah,
but I don't want to...
We never fucking...
Yeah, I don't want to sit there and watch people say the same shit over and over again and then choose one different dialogue option, and... That's just not for me. So I like watching them on YouTube.
The latest one that's going to be coming out doesn't have a release date. Is in space.
Oh,
so it might
all right. Maybe I'm in. It
might be a bit for you, because the one before The Devil in Me, I can't remember the name of it. I'll have to try and...
Yeah, it didn't come out that long ago. I remember you saying about this before, that you and Mike were going to play it, and then it just weren't working.
Yeah, it weren't that long ago.
They must come out fairly regularly.
They do. I'm just trying to fucking...
I thought it was called The Quarry.
No, this is made by the sort of like the same people. But so the one that so you got The Devil in Me was the latest one. The one before that was called House of Ashes, and it was set in the desert, and
Is that the one that weren't working?
Yeah. When it first come out and you couldn't play it, it weren't work. So we had to wait like a week for them to fucking put a patch in, and then we could play it. And that was sort of like Alien meets Egyptian underground treasure hunt. The premise of it was quite good, and it weren't too bad, but over quick. Everyone died. It weren't like, it was all right, but it weren't.
Are they short games just because you get everyone killed?
No, they're short games anyway. But we can't keep people alive. Whether that's because I purposely piss people off. We always pick the worst dialogue. You know what I mean? Like the antagonising dialogue, rather than trying to
you got to. Whenever I play the old Star Wars games, Knights of the Old Republic, no one wants to be the good guy, man. You got to do all the evil shit. Games are for being who you're not in real life. So
yeah, 100%.
Just be a dick, because I'm not a dick in real life, or I don't think I am. So if I can be a dick in a video game, I might as well, because it's funny.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so it was disappointing. It was disappointing, but we bought The Quarry. It was cheap as chips on the PlayStation Store, because they wanted 60 bones for that. And me and Mark were like, I ain't paying fucking 60 quid for that.
I think I've got The Quarry, man. I'm sure it was on PlayStation Plus.
Nah, Quarry weren't. Otherwise we would have got it.
You sure? Because
yeah.
I've got one of them sort of games downloaded. What's the other one?
What?
What's the other one that's like that?
Until Dawn?
Yeah, that's the one.
It's made by the same people.
Yeah, I got that one downloaded.
Same
that
people
was on
that made
PlayStation
Until
Plus.
Dawn made The Quarry.
Oh, I played Wo Long as well, I just noticed.
Yeah, Wo Long wasn't too bad.
Detroit Become Human, is that the same people?
It's not the same people, but same sort of premise.
Yeah, the narrative story.
Yeah, kind of think, yeah, basically.
Until Dawn, there you go. Got it there.
So, yeah. Me and Mark will be playing The Quarry, and it will be half decent, hopefully.
Oh, you can play that together as well, can you?
Yeah, play that together. But we weren't prepared to pay 60 odd quid for it. I won't ever pay 60 odd quid for a game like that. I can't be arsed with it.
No, I don't think you should.
I don't know where I was fucking going with this. It was a bit of a boring segment. What else on your shitty list?
That's it. That's the end.
Is it?
That's it. You said we got to do the little Patreon bit.
Well, yeah, we've got to do our little Patreon section.
How long's that?
This is long enough. Don't worry about this. No one's paying for this, so it can be fucking 10 minutes. You know what I mean? This ain't costing anyone anything. Yeah, this will be your first exclusive, won't it?
Yeah, this will be my first Patreon episode. Little disclaimer. We have discussed that sometimes my wife works night shifts on Friday evening, so more often than not, if Steph's available, she might be doing the Patreon bits because I just can't stay any longer than I normally do. So yeah, Steph might be on there a lot more. So if you prefer Steph, pay some money, dickhead. I mean, and if you prefer Steph on this, then tell me and I'll fuck off and I'll do the Patreon bit.
We'll get Steph in.
Yeah.
Did you see that message that Sam put in?
Buy me out. That's all.
You see what Sam was talking about on the Patreon?
I did actually. I love the interaction, Sam.
The engagement.
I love it. I love
Decent,
it. He's all involved, man. I
don't know
love
if this is the same Sam though, because his Twitter picture to his his picture on this were two completely different people. I swear.
Of course, it's the same guy. He's talking about you doing Horizon, isn't he?
I could be wrong.
He was talking about Horizon, wasn't he? Of course, it's the same Sam.
I don't know though.
What?
I don't know.
What are you on about? You're such an oddball, aren't you? Such a weird one.
Took him 2 years to get a PS5. Did you see he bought it from eBay?
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
eBay?
That's mental. That is mental. You're taking big boy risks there.
From eBay? That's crazy, isn't it? You have to tell us if you paid full, if it was, or maybe you said, did you pay more for that from eBay? Did he give in to the scalpers on that one? Because who was selling it on eBay for the same fucking price as retail?
Well,
I want to know. I want to know, Sam. I want messages off of you. I want to know exactly how much your PS5 cost you. So if it was loads of money, I can laugh.
That's not very nice, is it?
No, well, I'm not a nice person. Anyway.
That is true. Oh, there we go. I found the message. Yeah. No, he doesn't say, does he?
He doesn't say, because he's scared.
But he has got bigger balls than you.
He has got bigger balls than me. Big sweaty balls. Let's go.
Let's get out of here.
Let's leave it there. All right.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Yeah, thanks so much, everyone.
And we're going to go and do the really good bit. That you can't
if you want to
hear,
listen to the really good bit and you haven't still fucking bought access to it, it's £5 on Patreon. It's called
literally
the Jedi
fuck all,
Club.
really, isn't it? I know,
not really a whole lot.
I know people don't want to pay because it's like, well, I'm going to give you money. This is free. It's literally a £5.
It's 2 hours worth of content minimum every month. I think the last episode we did the first one we did was like over an hour long. I think me and Steph.
You won't be getting that out of me. Fucking hell, mate. I've got things to do. West Ham are on tonight.
There's a reason why when we first brought it out, we said it would be 30-ish minutes.
You might get 35 every now and again out of us. Maybe. Football's on. I've got to get out of here, man.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to fuck off. Catch us on the fucking Jedi Club. All right, in a bit. Uro.